Welcome to another edition of Bosses Only, God Rich Podcast. Y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Also, we're on Spotify now, so y'all tap that link. But today we have a special guest, CEO, entrepreneur. She does it all.
Hi, my name is Kishana. I go by QK. I am the owner and the CEO of QK Customs. I customize clothes and shoes. I'm also going back into management in the arts for BTAC, my own business again. The acronym is BTAC. It means big things are coming, and also build together as a community. I'm 24 years old, and I also have my own YouTube channel that I'm inconsistent on, but we're trying to get back on that. I'm a content creator as well. Like you said, I do it all. My slogan, like me as a content creator, is stay motivated. My story to happiness and success has no filters. And that's because I realize me as the content creator, me as the person, me as QK, going for all these things, I've gone through a lot. And someone told me this the other day that I don't look like what I've been through. And I was like, damn. He's like, no, take that as a compliment. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And then he was like, meaning like you've gone through so much that I'm pretty sure you even gone through more that you haven't even mentioned to me. And I was like, yeah, of course. And they were like, so what is your personal slogan? And I said, it's stay motivated. My story to happiness and success has no filters. And yeah, I would just leave it like that. Like, honestly, that's
It's all good. Just let it flow.
Yeah, like I feel like you just have to stay motivated and remind yourself, like, if you don't get it, who else will? And that's why, even though I know I'm going through things or I take pauses, I know that I still want it and want what I want because I can still see the vision. I can still see the end goal. When I can't see the end goal, that's when I start to worry, and that's when I really lock into my faith and my journaling and my Bibling and my village. And I tell them, like, honestly, like, I don't know, you guys, like, I'm missing out. And that's why you really have to be locked in with people that are serious about their shit, because once you fall loose, you see other people on track, you're like, nah, I need to get my shit together. Like, I'm not trying to be the one left behind. Yeah, going back to your question, it's more about...
Yeah, I respect that. Because, like, I feel like low-key, people look up to other people that have so much support. And they might just see them on socials, like, yo, you're doing so much. But it's like they have people behind them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like me by myself trying to record podcasts. Like, I don't have anybody to edit. I got to edit this shit myself. I got to come up with stuff. And on top of that, I still have to be a parent. I have to go to work and all these elements. I want us to talk about how important is, like, mental health. Because I know in our community, you know what I mean? Like my mom and stuff, all the women in my family are tough. Like, so, like, for instance, in my family, like, my mom is, like, the roughest you can get. Like, there's no crying, show weakness in front of my mom. Like, my sister couldn't do that because she wouldn't accept it. To be like, yo, shut the fuck up and go to work kind of thing. Like, that is basically the culture, and that's how I grew up. Like, why do you feel it's important in your journey or in a journey, like, in life particularly?
Listen, one thing I don't play about is my mental, okay? I've been very in tune with myself and my mental, and I feel like you are right, especially in the Black community. People are like, nowadays, oh, this generation's so weak, this generation has so much problems, this generation's so emotional, and like, this is that. It's like, well, why do you think we got here? It's because you guys like to just sweep everything under the rug until it becomes a whole explosion. And this is why there's more suicide rates. It's higher suicide rates in men than there is in women. There's more school shootings. There wasn't much school shootings back in the days. Why? Because no one's talking about the mental health. So I'm big on mental health, and that is part of the reason why I'm lacking in consistency, I would say, and discipline within my businesses. And that's because I've been focused on my mental health, and I feel like I shouldn't have to apologize to that. So I tell people, you can't expect your business to go like this if you're still,
If
your mental health is down here. Yeah. Because just like how it was back in the day, no one spoke about their mental health, and it caught up to everyone. It didn't hit them, but it hit their children. And now that it hits their children, the parents are in disrupt because their children are not happy.
Yeah.
And it's domino effect. So if you don't want your business to have that same domino effect from your mental health, fix your mental health, and your business will get here with your mental health being here as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to play catch up and ruin something that you built so well and so beautifully. You don't want to destroy it because you didn't take care of yourself. You are a representation of your business, and your business is a representation of you. I believe that people forget that their businesses are a representation of themselves, and you are a representation of your business. If your mental is not good, that's going to show within your work. And your work is just going to be something that you're not proud of, something that you can present to others, and something that you would want to share. So take care of yourselves, take care of your mentals, be self-aware, be self-cautious with yourself, and learn your boundaries, learn your triggers. And that's what I feel like I'm doing right now. I'm taking my break, I'm taking my time. I got into a car accident last year, right when I felt like my life was going for it. I was working 2 jobs, I was getting paid weekly. Okay, that is nice money coming in weekly. Yeah. I was able to pay my bills, I was able to help my family, and then I was getting serious with my content. I was seeing my photos go up, I was seeing my views go up, my followers, and I got hit. And when I got hit, my car got taken. So now I'm not able to go to work the way I was supposed to. My mental was also messed up because people don't talk about mental, like when you get hurt. They don't ask that when you get in a car accident. They ask, are you physically hurt? Are you this is that? How is it this? Do you have a concussion? Does your back hurt? Does this hurt? Okay, how about the fact that I just see my life flash before my eyes? That hurts. Yeah. And that takes a lot of self-awareness, I would say, to know that, you know what, if it's meant for me, it will be for me. And I believe that's what my businesses are going to be. Like, they're meant for me, and I'm meant to have them. It's just more about taking care of myself before I get them, or else I'm gonna just ruin it.
I'm happy that you've able to realize that you are in the state that you are in mentally, and then you took a break, right? Because I mean, most people don't really stop and say, "Yo, I'm really going through this. Let me take it in. Let me fall back and try to take care of myself." So like that's big still.
Thank you.
And then I feel like consistency, and everyone's definition is different, because like you could be consistent. For example, like a movie star, they drop a movie like once a year, and stuff like that. But I feel like there's a lot of preparation in terms of like being ready mentally, being ready focused. I feel like you have to be consistent with that too. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Because one thing about being an entrepreneur is like you have to be crazy in terms of like knowing that one day like God is gonna bless you, or you're gonna be blessed with this life that you're chasing. You know, it's all in your mind, but it's more so a vision that you're going for, and it's like the trials that you know what I mean? The trials.
It's literally about being like delusional in a sense. Like, you have to be so crazy to think that you can get something that is literally impossible. I think it was J. Cole who said it. He said, dream, and then dream beyond your dreams, and then dream so far that it seems like it's impossible, and keep thinking that thought, because one day it's going to be possible in that sense. So yeah, I definitely do believe and agree with you when you say you have to be crazy to be an entrepreneur, because you have to. It's like being what's that movie? That movie, I forgot it. It's literally where like they're breaking the norms, they're not following the groups that are set for them, and they're their own people, and they're their own groups. I literally forgot what it's called, but they kill them because they think differently. That's why I believe entrepreneurs are. They think differently. They don't want to stick to the 9 to 5s. They don't want to stick to those things. And that's why, like, society, you know what?
It's fine. I want you to preach.
That
You're
is
speaking
really
fact.
why society is trying to kill us all.
Yeah. So that's just how I did it. So okay. So I want you. I have a lot of friends that they have ideas. They have businesses that they want to start. What type of encouragement will you have, like, for someone that wants to be an entrepreneur, that is like hesitant to go there and take that first step?
If you're not ambitious, don't even bother. Ambitious is priceless. It's something that's in your vein. I put that on my name. If you know, if you know. If you know, you know. But ambition is something that you need to have. So if you don't got that, this ain't the game for you. Everything else you can learn. You could teach yourself. But ambition is what you need for sure. Once you have ambition and you know that you have that, check, cool. You now need to be hungry. Like, I mean hungry. Put yourself in situations that are not the norm for you. So if you're a partier, stop partying. If you're a drinker, stop drinking. I want you to go through withdrawals, like literally so hungry for it that you're sacrificing stuff. Like when I first started Big Things Are Coming, I was working at the airport still. This was about 6 years now. It's 6 years because that's when I graduated high school. That's when I started Big Things Are Coming my last year of high school. So 6 to 7 years, cool. I used to want the iPhone 8 Plus so bad so that I could create content, so that I could have all these qualities of the iPhone. So I used to drink lemon water, hot lemon water, instead of my meals. I'm talking about, like, I wouldn't eat unless there was food at home. And back then, I was going through a lot with family situations. So I didn't really know which house I was going to. So if I ate, I was lucky. I was drinking hot lemon water, and I was making sure that all my money was going to transportation and saving for that phone. That was literally it. I was not buying food unless my friends and I are all pitching to get a box of pizza. Yeah, you need to be hungry, okay? If you're talking to me, you gotta be as hungry as me or hungrier than me. You have to have the right people around you. If you don't have the right people around you, if you easily influence, you're gonna get sidetracked. And that's not the thing you wanna be when you are going after a business, because the wrong person might tell you to do the wrong things just because they envy your plans and envy the mind that you have. You gotta stay strong-minded. You gotta stay independent-minded. And although I love the people in my life and I have a great circle around me, and I let them inspire me, I do not let them dictate me. So you can inspire me. Like, I'll be inspired by things that you've done or things I see you do. But you can't dictate the life that I'm gonna have, because I don't listen to anyone. Meaning, you can't tell me what to do within my own life. I do listen. Because I can see how that could go against me. I listen and I comprehend. With comprehension and communication, you know what to instill in you and what to just keep out of you. Okay? So that's what I mean when I say I don't let people dictate or tell me what to do. I let people suggest. I let people teach me. I am a learner. That's the next thing you should have. Be a learner. So those are a couple of the things that you need to have. Stay determined. Even during your hardest nights, find something that you have peace within and go to that, either music, gym, something, God, anything. Let that thing motivate you and be your center when you are feeling lost.
Facts. Like when I started my clothing brand, I remember I had my last 500. It was COVID, right? I'm like, yo, I can take this money. I can hold on to it or I can invest it, you know? And then my friend was like, yo, the money in crypto, this and that. I'm like, bro, like, I'm telling you this, you don't want to start a business.
Within your ideas.
Yeah, it's like people would tell you to go invest your money in stocks. It's like, bro, your friggin' money is regulated. Like, you're not gonna be rich with having stocks unless you have a lot of money. But your business, you'll probably see your return in investment right away. You know what I mean?
I would say if I was that friend, I would tell you to put some in stocks because it's a long-term investment. But I wouldn't say all of it. So let's say you have $500, I'm putting $250 in their investment, and your business is also an investment. But you also have to remember the first couple of years of your business, you're not seeing investment back. You're not seeing money back, and that's a lot of things that people believe.
Yeah.
Investment is something that you believe in. It's literally faith. It's literally not seeing the result, but believing in the result.
Yeah, that's true.
That is what creating your own business would have been, and that's what crypto is as well.
I'm not against it, but like he lost $5,000.
I agree.
He lost $5,000. He didn't get it back since.
What I don't agree with people doing crypto is they believe just put all your money in there and make that your only investment. I believe in splitting your investments long term revenue. Long-term long-term money. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say because I'm struggling to say revenue right now. But long-term money towards everything, like long-term wealth.
Yeah,
Because
like generational wealth, for real.
Generational wealth, because
Yeah.
having a business, okay, boom, like my children can carry that on. Stocks, boom. If COVID were to happen, I still have money. If my business can't run, it's about having investments everywhere. Boom, buy a house. Boom, this. I can rent it out while COVID time is happening, or boom, I can live in it. Like something's going on. All these things, and I feel like that's what people like don't know about investments. They think you should only invest in one thing. I believe in investing in. If I have $10, I'm splitting that in like 3 different ways, 5 different ways, 4 different ways. I don't care if it's $1 each. Split your investments because you don't know which one's gonna grow. It's like a plant growing.
For real. You know Nick Cannon, right?
Of course.
There's some guys, some of my friends included, they kind of they like this idea of having like multiple baby moms and stuff like that. Like Nick Cannon as a person, like I really don't know what his intention is. How much baby mom he has? I feel it's 11 or something.
I think he has 11 kids and 6 or 8. I honestly don't know. Sorry. I know he has like 11 kids though.
Okay.
12 kids, rest in peace to one of them.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like
Personally?
Yeah, I need your. Do you see a problem with it?
Do I see a problem with that, or do I see myself doing that?
No, if you see a problem with that.
If Nick Cannon doesn't want to settle down, maybe he has some trauma. I feel like he may have trauma, not trauma, but he needs to heal maybe from his divorce with Mariah Carey. I'm here for whatever. Like, if you have multiple kids, I don't care. Just take care of your kids. Like, I personally can't do that lifestyle. I don't want to be with someone that has several children all around the place with different mothers. But I do believe in blended families. I am a blended family. I'm part of a blended family. So I don't really care.
What's a blended family?
A blended family means like there's children from both side parents. Or there's like other children in this family that we don't even have the same mother or the same father, but like I consider them family.
Yeah. Like there's guys
that want to just
without money just want to be like.
Okay, so going back to what I said, you can't want to be like Nick Cannon and not have the bread to take care of all those kids. One thing about it though, Nick Cannon, so he says, he takes care of those kids. He has the money to take care of all 12 kids. Don't be planting your sperm in people's vagina if you're not planning to take care of these kids? Because what you really doing? Like, me personally, that ain't, no. Actually, not me personally. This is me telling y'all, keep your dick out of people's vaginas if you ain't gonna take care of your kids. Simple. That is it. Like, I'm not against people having several kids though. You could have 20 kids. I don't give a flying fuck. Just take care of your 20 kids and treat them. I hate when people have 20 kids but only know that they have 2. Like, they know they have 20 kids, but they only pay bills and take care of kids as if they have 2. I don't believe in that. Take care of all your damn kids because you want to push them. You want to plant them, but you don't want to take care of the plant? That don't make sense. How you putting the seed in the soil, but you're not watering it?
Yeah, I feel you.
You want the plant to dead.
So, like, for me, like I'm a dad too, right? So I feel like you really have to want to be a dad, you know what I mean? Like, you really want to, like, for me, like, my dad was always there for me, you know what I mean? Even though my parents were separated. It's the fact he was still there. I feel like in our community, some guys are just like, they don't take it seriously, you know what I mean? Like, my mom, all my aunts and stuff, they really think that they can, like, be a parent. Like, they can do both parenting for male and female, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just cut off niggas. It's like, yo, I do this myself.
Okay.
Low key, which is cool, but then there's certain needs.
So the question you're asking is, do I see it hurting the children?
Exactly, yeah. Because I feel like it's more than financial. It's much more deeper than that. Like, because like for my son personally, like what his mom would say to him is what different what I say to him, right? There was some incident at school. This kid is bullying him. I'm like, yo, if any one of these kids, but anyone come in your face, you push them. You know what I mean? Punch them out, because I'm like, yo, you can't get bullied because he's big, like he's a tall kid.
This is what see.
But I'm saying, like, his mom didn't tell him that. His mom is like, yo, you know, don't do that. I'm like, yo, like, you, like, if this is bothering you, just go do something about it. But I'm more rough, you know what I mean? His mom is much more nurturing, you know what I mean? But gentle. For real. So, like, stuff like that. There's other stuff in terms of, like, in schools now, they're telling kids to be, you know, they're 5 and 6. They're telling them, yo, like, they can be non-binary. Basically, they can choose to be either a girl or boy. That's the freedom. That's what they're teaching them, which is deep. But I'm saying being a dad is much more than like financial support. Is emotional, and it's emotional. It's development. It's nurturing their mind to be a man or to be like a woman.
But to the parenting situation, I do believe that fathers do offer something that their mothers can't, and vice versa. I believe mothers offer that fathers can't. But am I going to take away the fact that a woman can do it on her own? No. Am I going to take away the fact that a man can do it on their own? No, because both sexes are capable of doing both on their own. That's true. If they really need to. Does it affect the child at the end result? Yes, because it's just like how someone being raised off of survival and someone being raised off of love. Yeah. People that are raised off of love will never understand how a person off of survival thinks. And I even seen that actually on social media the other day. People that are raised off of survival, they know how to literally take every situation and see the good and the bad of it because they had to live through that. They had to do that. People that are born off of love don't believe that certain people should act a certain way. Or, you know, like old-fashioned ways of life. We're not in old-fashioned ways of life. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. We're not in slavery. We're not in this. Most of the people that are born off of love are the same people that are racist.
You think so?
White people, yes. Yes, I do think so. Not black people, but white people, yes. Black people born off of love, yeah. I believe that parents play their roles, you know. I believe each sex plays a certain role in the child's life. I do believe that because if I had a father, maybe I would look at men differently. Like I don't have a thing. No,
That's the thing.
and that's why I have nothing against men, but I was raised by all independent women. Literally, like I lived with my aunt, I lived with my grandmothers, I lived with my mom. I lived with all independent women, and they were all single. Okay, and each of those women took care of me. They not playing. Okay, and I am who I am today because of those women. All those women did teach me though was one of the top things that they taught me was I have to work extra hard. So I've always worked 2 or 3 jobs and still try to have my own business. My mom is in school right now again. She already has, I think, 3 degrees. My mom is a hairstylist first, then she's a social worker, then she was, what was she after social worker? A real estate agent. Now she's doing nursing, okay? And she does that, ambitious for real. My grandmother, she's retired but still works. My other grandmother, she's retired and still works.
So I guess that's
What was the point of retiring? They still work, okay? And they all those 3 women, they did that while being a single mother. So yes, I believe they can do it on their own. Yes, I do believe that their children were all loved. But do I believe that it would have been nice to have that help for them and for the child? Yes. The father does play a role. The father would take an easier load off of the mother so the mother could be the nurturer that she wants to be.
yeah.
She could be in her feminine. She could be, when a mother has to do both roles, she has to be in her feminine and her masculine. Males have their feminine as well. Males have feminine in them. You have to, like, literally, we all start with the same, like, we both,
chromosomes?
exactly, like,
Yeah.
we start with the same chromosomes and then we mold into the people that we are. So, in general, you have your feminine in you as well, and that's where you have your gentle, loving side, your nurturing side. Your nurturing side is not natural, but it's part of you. It's natural for a woman to be a nurturer, though, because that's in us. Just how it's in us to have our masculine if we need to. If a girl needs to get up and fight, she's fighting. So what you were telling your son, yeah, I'm definitely the rough parent. I'm telling my sister. My sister is like my daughter in my eyes. When she gets into stuff, I always tell her, listen, if you're defending yourself, that's fine, but do not put your hands on these kids first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do not put your hands on these kids first. But if they, their hands in their face, self-defense. I don't know where you're putting your hands. It's a fight. Because I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know where their hands were going. I was afraid for my life. Boom. That is my excuse, okay? It's equally needed. That is why God put both the male and female to create a baby. So when one abandons their role, it affects the child. If we all continue the same pattern over and over and over again with what God gave us, then we wouldn't have a lot of issues, would we? But yet someone broke a rule and then just kept breaking rules, and now they believe in this world what they want to bring. Oh, God didn't make world this way when it's convenient to them.